There's 4 signals that tell you when a hire is genuinely justified, not just a reaction to a hard week. And the signal 1 is consistent capacity issues. Someone on your team has been over capacity for more than 60 days. It's not a busy season, it's a structural problem. So, what we want to do is measure this though. We want to make sure that we're tracking it, tracking our hours against our deliverables. If output is consistently slipping despite full effort, then it's a capacity signal. So we're looking at over 60 days. And I know that 60 days stinks for that employee, but we want to make sure, and it's okay to be honest. Like, this is what I say to employees. We're going to stretch it for 60 days to make sure this is a felt need, that the business is actually there for us to hire a person, because I don't want to hire a person and then have to lay someone off. That's unkind, right? That's horrible. That's a horrible thing to do. Bring somebody on and then cut them loose, or bring somebody on and then cut somebody who's already been there loose because the new hire was actually better performing. So we just want to make sure that the need is there. And there's things that you can do to recognize people above and beyond overtime if you're stretching during that. Second signal, revenue is constrained by headcount. So you're turning away work. That's a really common signal. You're extending timelines for deliverables with clients. You're losing clients because you don't have the people to deliver. This is the clearest justification, because the hire is going to pay for itself. It's cut and dried. Revenue is constrained by your headcount. Third signal is a critical skills gap is costing you. And that could be it's costing you because you don't have somebody internally to perform, or maybe you've done business with somebody like me, a consultant or somebody outside that you're contracting with, and it's costing you more than it would if you brought a new hire in to deliver on that. So you're outsourcing something expensively that could be internal, or you keep losing a certain specific capability in your business. So you want to build a business case. What's the gap costing you now versus what a new hire would cost annually? And when you're looking at a consultant, somebody like me, and you think, gosh, whatever, that's expensive, or whatever your opinion is. So let's say, for example, I'm charging you $6,000 a month. In 3 months, what I'm able to accomplish at $18,000, when you hired someone annually and you're going to pay them 60 to 65,000, let's say for a more green person, and then they're on benefits and you're contributing to their 401k. And if you want to cut them loose, it's much harder. You're not in a 1099 contract with somebody like me. So you have to really think it through. Don't just look at the 1 month number here. And that's not necessarily a sales pitch for a consultant or not, because I tell my clients very often, hey, you're ready to hire an HR person now. But the good news is we've built the foundation, so you don't have to have someone even near my level. You don't need an executive level. You don't even need a director level. You probably don't even need a manager level at that point, because the foundation, the systems, like I mentioned before, the systems are built. And now someone just needs to come in and produce inside of the systems. So think about that when it comes to critical skills. The fourth signal is that your growth trajectory is demanding it. We're looking at the trends. We're looking at the data. This is an insightful one. We're doing projections here. You're growing into a need, and you want to plan the hire before the pain hits. And this one's a beautiful place to be. Hiring with a 60 to 90 day runway is strategic. Hiring with a 2-week runway is reactive. And that's most generally what I see when we're hiring. We're at a place where we're absolutely drowning. And luckily, we texted our friend, and they have a cousin whose wife used to be in this industry, but's been staying at home for a really long time. And she's maybe a little green, but you're going to get her on a discount. And she hasn't done exactly what you're needing, but she's done something similar. And you're going to bring her in like, oh my goodness. That's what I'm seeing when it comes to hiring in small businesses. And folks, we can do better.